Oh, it's good morning. I keep on doing that. What a mistake can it be? It's 12:54 a.m., folks, and I'm going to make. I've decided to deliver you a really quick supplemental tonight. We won't go into much chart explanation, but I'm going to show you how events are connected to this conjunction in and around the dates that we find the conjunction being exact. Some significant things are absolutely happening on the date that Mars is conjuncting with Pluto. Mars is conjuncting with Pluto. We have dates all the way from 28 degrees and 27 minutes of Capricorn all the way into the first degree of Pisces. So we've looked at the whole map, but no matter what, there is some type of construction or destruction happening at this time. There is a war or there is a cleanup of a war. Lots of stuff happened during this 15 period, including the French Revolution. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at it. This is seven. This is the first one, December 6th, 1777, and here we have December. When we look over here, we can see December 2nd, British General Howe plots an attack on Washington's army for December 4th, which is Sagittarius. It's a Sagittarius day, right? So we could look at the Sun in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius conjunct. We could see this Pluto and Mars. All the charts are set for the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. So we could look at this and, here is the moon in the 27th degree of Aquarius, and remember the disruption of Aquarius. That's what an attack is. When you have an attack happen to you or see an attack happen on an innocent bystander, this would be that Aquarius sector because there's generally some kind of disruption of the normal when there's an attack. Okay, so moving on to the next one is November 16th, 1779. We can move this over here. Like here, we have Pluto again. This is the first conjunction. This conjunction is similar. This conjunction is similar to what we're about to go into, and once again, we have to look at the. It's quite interesting, actually. Both conjunctions here, we actually have on the 1777, we have the moon at 27 degrees Aquarius, and then on 1779, the moon is at 28 degrees Aquarius. Isn't that kind of interesting? And then here we have a general read about what is going on during this time period. As you can see, there is stuff absolutely happening here. But it's like, looks like an attack and like in a holy war kind of thing, right? Alright, so, and you can see what's happening out there in the Middle East right now. So, let's move forward. Let's go back this way. And this is 1785. Next chart. Making this quick. There's a 1781 chart. So we moved ahead here. Let's go back to 1781. Really quick here. It's fast. And as you can see, this is October. This is an October date on here for this, October 12th, 1781. We scroll down here to October. This is 12th. Yeah, so there's stuff going on here on this date. And as you can see here on this October 12th, 1881, there is stuff that is like American French troops begin a siege at the British Yorktown. So here we are. This is the year for this, what we just covered in our last video. So there you go. It's 1 o'clock a.m. So this is my last thing I'm doing. I'm wrapping up for today. So, and this is just the supplemental backup of yesterday. I said I was going to do this. 1783, we have this date. So we'll go back here. 1783. And this is April 20th. So once again, Washington asks the officers to support. Washington asks the officers to support the supremacy of the United States Congress. Right, here we go. This is the March 15th, and the stuff that's going around this time period is definitely significant, right? April 15th, April 18th. It's all there. There's all kinds of stuff happening there that is related to these power of Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto in Aquarius. Look at this all together here on the 1783 date. 2 years later. Now the 17, and it's not quite 2 years, folks. It's not exactly. So you're always looking around. Some years Mars moves through the orbit quite fast. Other years he's a little slower. It's never the same amount of days each year, I find. As you could see, we have these charts here. You can see the dates in that way. And as I said before, everything is drawn to the Capitol building, Washington, D.C. So this year is March 26, 1785. So we just scroll down here again. And New Burl conspiracy, a potential uprising in the Continental Army. So you can see all that energy waxing and building. In April, this is March 26th, and then after the conjunction, General George Washington sent, after the conjunction of Mars and Pluto, General George Washington sends a letter to the 13 governors of the Confederation of the United States regarding the needs of the nation, right? So there you go. That's a pretty big. Actually, that's a letter that's actually alive online. You could actually look at that letter. I'm going to do this as quickly as possible and bright eye and bushy tail as possible, but even though I had a couple of chamomile tea to keep me calm. It's a pretty big cup, okay? So, Mars conjunct Pluto, 1787. Next tab over. Move over through it again. Just once again, we're looking for the buildup of the energy and seeing what the energy is doing. And seeing that plutonium and Martian energy influencing the day, right? So this is March. So when you look at March 8th, March 3rd, so there you go, March 3rd, 33 to 29, Harrisburg is approved as the new capital of Pennsylvania. And then we have the Bank of North America, the Central Bank of the United States government, under the Article of Confederation, is reincorporated, right? All around this energy, right? New moon stuff, right? And remember that Pluto's not only that planet of death, but also that planet of wealth. Moving on to the next chart, 1789. Moving on. So we got the 1789 date. And this would be February 17th. February elections for delegates to the Estates General commence across France. Yep, and then we have all these other things going on. Can we make the type larger for you? We can. So, rumors about wage freezes trigger rumors about wage freezes triggers rebellion riots. And what's funny about this, guys, is that Pluto and Mars and Venus, Pluto, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius, and freezes. The key word is freezes. So that's definitely a tag, right? Uranus is definitely a cold place. 1791. Congress establishes the first Bank of the United States, 1791, February 8th. That's 7 days after. That is definitely a link. That is a great article to see. We can't argue. We can't really argue about that whatsoever. We're right on track, guys. Right on track. Now, January 13th, 1793, we're on this. Historical dates. So before and after is what we're looking for. So yeah, look at this. January 9th, hot air balloon flight in the U.S. lifts off in Pluto, piloted by Jean-Pierre Blancard. Blancard. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but I don't want to waste too much time on this. Dutch Prince Willem V establishes 2 brigades drive artillery. So both of those, I would say, definitely work out, because we have on this one right here, we have not only the moon, but Mars and Pluto in that Aquarius house, which is an air house, right? So, and Mars, the fire sign, and yeah, and that works for me. That absolutely works. Hot air, and all these other significance. Look at this. Look at this. January 21st of this date of this year. Louis the 16th of France is executed. Louis of France is executed by guillotine in Paris following his conviction for high treason by the new created French Parliament. So maybe we should share this one with maybe we should share this podcast with Trudeau, right? Holy cow. Yeah, this is what happens when you mess up with the government funds. Okay, so next is 1796. Oh, I already had it down here. 1796 is December 2nd, which would be down here. That's probably why I had it scrolled down here. Yes, look at down here. Decisive victory over Bonaparte, over the Austrians at the Battle of Arcole. Yeah. This is me trying to pronounce something in French or English. This is Austrian. Battle of Arcola. I think Battle of Arcola. I guess that's a good go at it. Decisive victory though, and that's good. December 4th. Abrogation of the highest parts of the October 25th, 1795 laws punishing. Yep, there you go. Refractory priest. There you go. And there's more stuff that's going, and it all seems right for that conjunction, right? Because look at Jupiter. See, departure, and Jupiter's in Pisces that year, right? Check that out. Is that something else? Let's move on. We've done our homework. We're just proving that we've done our homework. We've done our references to recognize where that Pluto and Mars is, and we'll see what their idea is for a good time. In 1796, it's December 2nd, right? That's the one we just looked at. A whole bunch of stuff in December 1906. December 1796, a whole bunch of crazy stuff, I should say. Coming all the way down to December. All the way down here, British government begins to work on a 40-acre site at Norman Cross for the world's first purpose-built prisoner of war camp. There you go. Prisoner of war camp. Yep. It's that moon and Capricorn thing for this one right here. And there's Saturn, in Gemini. It's crazy. What would be the camp? Oppose the 4th house. Then there's Neptune in the house of the 10th house there. But this is actually on the other side of the country, or the other side of the planet. So this chart would not be accurate. But what do we have for what's going on? Lots of stuff are happening this year, but it's mostly most of the stuff that's really coming in at the tail end of this conjunction of Aquarius is happening over in France. And what I feel is because we all know that France and Paris is ruled by Virgo. So as you can see, Jupiter's in Pisces, and Pluto and Mars are getting to the tail end of Aquarius. On our final chart, you will see this on our final chart that we look at tonight. Oh, that's actually two more. On this chart right here, it's the 24th. So we look at the 1794 date. This is 1798 to 1801. And you can see it here. The kids just never stop, right? 1794. Is this one 1794? 1796? 1795. This is all stuff that's going on in France and Europe, right? When you look through all this. Here you go. July 26, 28, 1794. End of Reign of Terror. This is all this, as it says, revolution, right? These guys are getting it on, right? Aquarius is this. Look at the stuff that is absolutely going on here. Plus, we have the nodes of fate in Aquarius as well. So here you are at Aquarius, and all they're talking about is revolution and what have you. It's right in the middle of the revolutionary timeline of France, right? So finally, the last chart to look at for tonight is right here, quasi-war with France. So we jump into the water, right? This is pretty much it. We jump right into the water, and as you can see, the Mars and Pluto conjunctions start to be in Pisces, and that's our last tab. And as you can see, they just never stop. These two, when they're together, they're doing this kind of stuff. They're construction or destruction. These two. It all has to do with planetary influences around them. But in Aquarius is a very argumentative sign, right? So look, I'll let you go, and we have all the charts right here. I hope, as I said, all you have to do. I went through this really quick. All you have to do is just pause through it and go from there. I'll talk to you later.